In these, the first attacks claimed by Al-Shabab outside Somalia, the timing and methods were used to devastating effect. People nothing to do with the conflict raging in Somalia were watching the World Cup final, but then caught in deadly blasts before it ended. One target, an Ethiopian restaurant and well-known venue for expatriates, including Americans. The other, an open area of plastic chairs set before a giant screen in a rugby ground. It's hard to imagine the scene of panic and carnage. There were only minutes left before the final whistle. Then suddenly, the sound of the vuvuzelas and the cheering was replaced by an explosion and screams of horror. Hospitals were overwhelmed, scores injured, and as the count of those dead gradually increased, some of the survivors recounted what happened.
4 minutes left, the first blast went. And when the first blast went, I went down and I smelled the gunpowder. And I realized it was a bomb. I began shouting, bomb, 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 take care, bomb, bomb.
President Museveni visited the casualties. His country was the first to send peacekeeping troops into Somalia back in 2007. That made it a prime target for Al-Shabab, and persistent warnings had been given. The president also visited the rugby club, where victims had been watching the football. He expressed his outrage.
People who are watching football are not people who should be targeted. These are people who are just enjoying themselves. If they want to fight, they should go and look for soldiers, not to come and target people who are just enjoying themselves. This shows you the terrorism which I've been telling you about. And that's why we always go for them. Because they are very irresponsible, backward, cowardly.
A dark shadow has been cast across East Africa just at a time when the elation of a successful World Cup tournament emanated from South Africa. America's FBI is assisting the Ugandans in their investigations. If Al-Shabab does have the capacity to persist with attacks outside Somalia, it would have dire consequences, not only in lost civilian life, but on the emerging economies of this region. And beyond that, the carnage here sends out a message to all African states considering sending troops to assist the beleaguered transitional government in Somalia. Andrew Simmons, Al Jazeera, Kampala, Uganda.